Was the Virgin Mary sinless? Mary was not good because she's a human just like us who are sinful. The only one that is without sin is God himself, that is Jesus. And we see this in Mark 10:18 when Jesus himself says, no one is good except God alone. But also in Romans 3:10, it says, it is written, none is righteous, no, not one. This is including Mary. But also in Mark 3, we have the greatest example because we see a lot of people accusing and doubting Jesus because of the things that he was teaching. And when his family heard about this, they went to take charge of him, for they said, he is out of his mind. So we see Mary and his brothers accusing Jesus as well because they didn't understand his will and accusing him to be out of his mind, wanting to take him back home out of all these people. Now, also in verse 32, we see that those that were listening to Jesus noticed that Mary and his brothers were looking for Jesus. And it says, a crowd was sitting around him, and they told him, your mother and brothers are outside looking for you. But Jesus said, who are my mother and my brothers? So Jesus understands that not because he has an earthly family doesn't mean that that family has a free ticket to go to heaven. He knows that those that do the will of God are his true family because they are the ones that he will be with in heaven. And I continue in verse 34. Then he looked at those seated in a circle around him and said, here are my mother and my brothers. So again, he acknowledges that those listening to him and understanding, trying to understand God's will, those are his mother and brothers. Whoever does God's will is my brother and sister and mother. So we can see that not because Mary was the mother of Jesus does she get a free ticket to be sinless or to go to heaven. Only those that actually do God's will are Jesus's brother, mother, sisters, in that sense, his family.